How's it going, YouTube? This is Skul, and welcome to my Pokemon TCG Journey video number 3. This is the video series where I show off all of the Pokemon cards that I have bought in the last month, and I've got quite the little stack to show you guys today. Yeah, should be a whole lot of fun. First things first, though, I got a brand new phone that I'm using to record this. I got the, you guys probably have even seen it, actually, the Galaxy Z Flip 3 from Samsung. And this is the folding phone. It's the cheaper folding phone. I'm not going to go into too much detail on how I got, but long story short, this is an experimental video, so we're going to see how it comes out, if it looks good, especially if it sounds good compared to my old phone camera. And I'm trying this camera today for one simple reason. There is no limit on how long I can record a 4K 60 video. So right now I am recording in 4K 60 FPS, and on my old phone it capped at 5 minutes per video. This one does not have a cap, so theoretically I can record all the way until the battery dies on this. Which means that hopefully this is just one continuous video. Like I said, we're just experimenting today to see how it turns out. I'm not going to reshoot this if it turns out terrible, but I definitely won't be using it in the future if it's terrible. But hopefully it's good enough that this can become my main recording camera for a while. Anyway, so let's go ahead and show off the cards that I got. I'm going to go in Pokédex order here as usual, starting with this. This is not a joke, that is indeed a base set first edition Charmander. You might remember in the very first episode I filmed that I said that this, or one identical to it, was my very first Pokemon card ever. I had a friend, my best friend when I was growing up, collected Pokemon cards, and this was back when you could still buy first edition base set packs in stores. They were not uncommon at the time, and yeah. And he was collecting cards, and I wasn't allowed to buy cards because I was only like 6 or 7 at the time. And he was like, "Hey, I got some extra cards. Do you want some?" And I said, "Yeah." And this was what he gave me. Now he actually also did give me a Bellsprout from Jungle, I think, and a few other cards that I don't remember. But this one is the one that I consider my very first card, just because look at it. It's a Charmander, and like I said, this is a base set first edition. I don't know if I've ever owned a first edition base set card before now. I know I've had Shadowless, but like I said, in the first episode of this series, I did show an unlimited version of this from base set, and I said, you know, I would love to get this someday. This is the only card that I think that I'm going to be getting a duplicate of. I have the unlimited, now I have the first edition. It's been a rough month for me if you've been following me on social media. And I just wanted to treat myself to something that would make me really, really happy. And reclaiming my very first Pokemon card of all time did make me really, really happy. So, this will be going into my binder on top of the Unlimited Charmander. I'm going to keep both of them in there. I can fit a few cards per page without issues. So yeah, first edition base set Charmander. Next up, I'm going to probably go through the rest of these a lot faster here. We have a base set Ivysaur, unlimited, of course, not first edition. It's actually in kind of good condition. You can see like just the tiniest bit of whitening on the top, but otherwise that's in really good condition. I'm very happy to own that. Just look at that art. I really miss when they drew Pokemon art like that. We've got a Clefable from Jungle. This is a non-holo rare. In Jungle and Fossil, and I think a few others, they had holos and non-holo versions of the same Pokemon. I got this Kabuto from Fossil. And that's actually it for my Gen 1 Pokemon. I also need to mention that all of these I got at my local card shop. While I was there, they pretty much made it clear that any oh, I just got a notification on my phone that indeed it's going to cut off at 5 minutes. How about that? But anyway, I went to my local card shop, and they made it clear that any old stuff that they got, like what I've been showing you so far, they only have like one of each because somebody traded in their whole collection one time, so I probably won't be going back there to get more in the future. Okay, well, it's still going at 5 minutes. How about that? Anyway, so yeah, I'll probably end up getting most of the rest of the Gen 1 Pokemon I need from other places. But, you know, that's just how it goes. At some point, you're going to run out of one resource. You're going to have to go to a different one. Anyway, moving on. I got a few Gen 2 Pokemon today. I got this Croconaw from, I think, Neogenesis. I just love that art. Like I said, bring back Pokemon that look like this. It's just Ken Sugimori art along a generic kind of abstract background, but come on. When I think of old Pokemon cards, this is exactly what I think of. And that's exactly what I want more of. I decided that the Entei card that I wanted to get is the promo from Pokemon 3, Spell of the Unknown. Just, I mean, it's so iconic, it's so glossy and hollow. They really overdid it with the holographicness on this. Look, you can barely even read what it says unless you hold it at an angle. So yeah, that was the Entei card I decided to go with. Next up, we're going to skip forward a few generations. I don't have a single Gen 3 Pokemon card yet, and probably going to remain that way until I place an order from Troll-and-Toad or something. Anyway, moving on to Gen 4. We got Shellos, and I do not remember what the Diamond and Pearl sets were called, unfortunately, but I'm sure somebody will be willing to help me if they want. They had several Gen 4 Pokemon cards, and I'm like, you know what, I don't really care about which specific cards I get for that generation for the most part, so yeah, that's what the Shellos I went with. This Baneri caught my eye, and I'm like, ooh, it's going to be really hard for me to top that. So this is Diamond and Pearl promo number 6. I'm willing to bet this was in a blister pack at some point with like a coin and a few booster packs. So yeah, that's just a beautiful Baneri, hollow background. And of course, what's Baneri without Lopunny? Got a Lopunny from, I think that's Supreme Victors. Just beautiful, beautiful art. Like, for most of these, I see them and I'm like, yeah, that's the one I want. Bronzor, I didn't really care what I got, so I just got, I'm pretty sure this is, like, one of the first Bronzors ever. In any case, it is just Ken Sugimori art with a generic background. You know, similar to what I was just telling you about, like, what you would see in old school Pokemon cards. So, I think I got it mostly because it reminds me of what cards used to look like. I saw this, and I said, yep, that's what I want. So, this is going to be my Floatzel card. It is a level X. And I really don't care about consistency across my Pokemon cards. I'll have full arts thrown in there, I'll have promos, you know, what have you. I just want to go for the ones that I like the art the best, and Weasel is one of my favorite Pokemon. Floatzel, I don't hate, but, you know, it's evolved from Weasel, so I wanted a really nice looking card. I forgot that it had a level X, so when I saw this level X in the binder that they were showing me, I'm like, you know what, I want that, so I got that. This one, I'm very excited about. This is a beautiful full art Shaymin Ex. Oh man, I remember when this was like a $100 card. I got this for $2 now. Nobody needs it anymore for their decks. So, or at least that's what the card owner told me. I actually don't play the TCG game anymore. But yeah, I've always loved this card. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love full art Shaymin. I love Shaymin. It's my favorite Gen 4 Pokemon, especially Skyform. So when I saw that they had this, I'm like, yep, need to have that. Moving forward another generation, we've got this Holographic Excadrill. I believe this was the first Excadrill card ever made. Next up, we have Trash and Garbage. I really don't care about Trubbish. Garbodor is my least favorite Pokemon of all time. So I saw that they had these cards, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to buy them right now, get them over with. And I really didn't care what art they ended up being. For this one, I looked at and I'm like, you know what? That looks really nice. Look at this beautiful Victini. I think this is called Victini Prism Star. There's a few Prism Star cards in this pile, actually. This is a mechanic that was introduced after I got out of collecting. But look at it. It's just absolutely beautiful. Definitely catches your eye. And, like, I did have another Victini art card in mind. But then I saw this and I'm like, you know what? No, I want this one instead. So yeah, very happy to have that. Next is another Prism Star, Diancie. And I didn't have my heart set at a Diancie card. Most of the later gen Pokemon, I don't have my heart set on an art for them. So when I saw that this was a Prism Star, I'm like, yep, that's the one I'm getting. Next up is Vulcanian. Just look at that, another Prism Star. Absolutely gorgeous artwork. Yeah, I'm very happy that I picked those up as Prism Stars. Moving on to Gen 7, probably the generation I have the least interest in as far as card art goes. So for the most part, I saw these and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that's the one I'm going to get, so I don't have to think about it anymore. So I got this Holo Toxapex, which just looks so adorable and so beautiful. I love the holographic effect on these later gen cards, like really, really stands out. We've got a Salazzle, and I did have a few choices of Salazzle art. Salazzle is my favorite Gen 7 Pokemon, so I was a tiny bit picky about this. But I saw this and I said, yeah, you know, that's the one I want. We've got this Holo Serena. Again, just see it and say, yep, that's the one I want. Very, very beautiful. We got this Mimikyu. And, oh wait, that's a holo? I didn't even notice. Wow, glad the light caught it. Anyway, yeah, I just saw this and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot Mimikyu is a fairy type. It'd be nice to have a fairy type Mimikyu card instead of a ghost type Mimikyu card. And I think that this looks really pretty with Mimikyu against the pink backdrop. Just really works well for it. We got another Prism Star here, Tapu Koko. And part of me wanted to stay consistent and make all of the Tapus a Prism. But then I saw this Tapu Lele that was just a normal holo, and I said, you know what, it's not going to bother me. I'm not going to go out of my way to get Prism Stars for all of the Tapus. Next up is Kartana, which is another holo. So many holos, I just realized. I really don't care about the Ultra Beasts, so I was like, you know what, it's a card, get it. This Holo Marshadow, though, I looked at that and I'm like, you know, perfect. So, yeah, I'm happy with this Marshadow card. I really don't know how many Marshadow cards there have been, but it's one I don't have to worry about. Next up is Naginatal. Not much to say about that. It's Naginatal. Then we got Stackataka. I really don't know why it has the I don't know why it has the set name there. Was this a pre-release promo? Maybe this was a pre-release promo. Sometimes during pre-release, they actually, when I was doing it, was all the time, they would give you a card from the set with alternate art and with the set name on it. So maybe that was a pre-release card. Let me know in the comments. The final Ultra Beast to show off, Blacephalon. I'm very happy that I got so many Ultra Beasts out of the way this month. That means fewer that I've got to worry about in the future. My favorite beasts, Nihilego and Pheromosa, I do not have cards of yet. I want to actually research those and see what art is available for them. My guess is not much. Okay, and the final Gen 7 Pokemon here. We got, oh, another holo actually. I didn't even realize about this either. A holo Meltan and an Unbroken Bonds Melmetal. I just love the art here. They just really, really complement each other, don't they? They look really nice together. So yeah, the final two Gen 7 Pokemon there. And I even got a few Gen 8 Pokemon cards. We got this Holo Grookey. Look at that holo pattern. I love how they've changed the holo pattern lately to make it look so different. And we've got a holo Scorbunny. Just really, really beautiful. And the final card that I got is a holo Arctozolt from Darkness Ablaze. So, yeah, my first 3 Gen 8 Pokemon cards. And a nice little stack of Pokemon cards for me to add to my binder. It's always nice to add Pokemon cards of any kind to my binder, and just the fact that I got such a wide assortment from almost every single generation makes me so happy. Especially this first edition Charmander. My very first Pokemon card ever, over 20 years ago. Now it's mine again. So, I'm going to put them in my binder now. Thanks everyone for watching. Let me know what Pokemon cards you bought this month, and I will see you next month with episode 4. Later, everybody!